he formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was some of the people that, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 30 years old, 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history. And they asked me to fill in what I would like to have written. And I wrote Jeffrey Epstein, comma, just a good kid.
Max mentioned the Trilateral Commission. Well, you know who's also a current member of the Trilateral?
I did not.
Oh, wait, yeah, you mentioned Samuel Huntington, and Samuel Huntington.
Okay, well, I think that was
for the Trilateral Commission. Samuel Huntington, the kind of conservative Harvard political scientist, he is most famous for writing the book The Clash of Civilizations, but he also, in the 1970s, he co-published this report, The Crisis of Democracy, in which the Trilateral Commission called for curtailing democracy. That's what Max was acknowledging there. They said that there was a crisis of democracy, and that crisis was there was too much democracy in the United States and in Western Europe. And you know who's currently a member of that same institution, the Trilateral Commission? Well, the new labor leader, Keir Starmer, as Matt Kennard, a friend of ours, a great reporter, he published for us at the Gray Zone. So, I mean, these links, these same institutions that during the first Cold War were actively involved in campaigns to, in their own words, curtail democracy, are still involved today. And I think it's fair to assume that they're still involved in curtailing democracy. It's not a stretch.
And Starmer was also the prosecutor of Assange. I mean, that article, it's so important. That's such an important article by Kennard because it illustrates what Starmer's real purpose is. He is just essentially a sort of like a marionette for the British security services to reimpose control over the Labour Party after Corbyn brought in 100,000 new members.